Hello, this is David Hughes with another video for Genealogy Basics. This video is part of the iPad series where we talk about how you can use your iPad to do all your genealogy research. What we're going to go through today is creating a shortcut to add a citation image to a source image to put it all into one package. Just a quick set of acknowledgments. Big shout out to the Facebook group Technology for Genealogy. I had some discussion. We didn't talk about this specifically, but the discussion led me down to this path. So thank you, everyone, for the contributions. I also use these articles, iPhone Life magazine article and a MacMost YouTube video. I'll have links to both in the description. And so what we're going to do is work on shortcuts. Before that, I want to show you why I'm writing a little more elaborate shortcut than in one of those two videos. And what we're going to look at is here. Here's an example where the citation image wasn't as wide as the source image. And you can see this white space. That's not so bad. But sometimes you get real small source images, and here's an example where I shrunk and made the source image. So if you just do a straight file image merge, you might get this sort of thing. And this really isn't acceptable, so we're going to fix that in our shortcut. And the way we're going to do this is you're going to make a citation, do a screenshot of that citation the way you want to format it. And then you're going to find the image that you want to attach the citation to, run the shortcut, and it will resize the citation image to match the source image, and then merge the two images together. We're going to use shortcuts. This is on your screen. It's on my screen conveniently, but for most of you, it might be buried somewhere because it was a new feature. I'm running iOS 15.7.1 at the time that I made this video. And you can find it by asking Siri, just say open Shortcuts app. It will open right up. Or you can click down here and go to the app library and search for shortcuts. It will open it up. Or you can get to a search window by just swiping down on your screen out here between the icons, and a search menu should come up. So anyway, let's get in here. So this is the Shortcuts app. You want to start a new shortcut. And the first thing that we're going to do is change the name, and you click up on the name there and change it. Make sure you push enter or this next step won't work. Click on the icon. You can change it. Actually, the way we're going to use this, you can change the color, you can change the glyphs, and the way we're using this is just not going to matter. I just chose that and then done. And there, it's all added. So now you're going to use the search bar to look for different commands. On the iPhone, it's going to be down at the bottom. But we're going to go here, and we're going to first have to get the image. We're going to start with our source image. And we're going to do get images from input. Adds that to the thing. We're going to change that. We're going to want to get from our shortcut. Now first, we don't want it to appear anywhere. We only want to have the shortcut appear when it's an image. That way this shortcut doesn't appear in all our input sheets. And then we're going to turn it on to show in the share sheet. The share sheet is all the options that are underneath this icon that you use all the time. we need to, now that we have our image, we're going to store it in a variable. So we're going to add it to a variable, and the first time you use a variable, it is empty. So we're adding it to, we're going to name that variable source. Now we need to analyze our source image. What we're going to do is go back to images, and down here, get details of images. And what we don't need is the album name. What we want is the width in pixels, and it's from that variable source. It defaulted to that just because we added it immediately afterwards. Now, we're going to now store that information. Again, add it to a variable name, and we're going to call that SourceWidth. And push enter. We're going to keep using this. So there's 12 of these. We're going to go get that detail again. I'll use a different word to maybe find this. Get details of image. Now we don't want album, we want the photo type. Right now it doesn't know exactly where to get that information. What we want to use is that same variable source where we have that image stored. And now we have to store that information. We'll create a variable for that, add to variable. And we're going to call that source type. Okay. Now we've gathered all the information that we have on our source image. Now we need to get that citation. And what we're going to have is have made a screenshot of it. So what we're going to do is I typed in screenshot. It gives you different commands. So we grab the latest screenshot, and we only want one of those. We're going to first resize it. Type in resize and resize the image. Now, if it's auto height, it just keeps the proportions correctly when resizing. But we have gathered the information. We want to match it to the source, so we're going to use down here SourceWidth and put in that variable. And now that brings it in. And now we've resized it, but now we're going to convert the type of convert the image to the correct format. And this is just to be precautious to make sure that we always go to and match the source image format. And we're going to pull that information from source type. Okay. Now that we've resized and converted the image, we're going to do something here. We're going to add it to the variable. We have the source image. Now we're going to add in, and we're going to add this to source where the other image already is stored. So now we've got both images stored in source. And then we're going to do a combine. We're going to combine the images or merge the images. Sorry, that keeps going down there. We don't want to do it horizontally. I put it always my citation below. And you might want a little spacing. It might make a nice border. Don't need to give much here, but maybe we'll just put 10 pixels. Let's see how that looks. Push enter. Now that we've combined it, we need to store this someplace, and the easiest way to do that is by sharing, using the share menu again. And let me scroll down. That's all set. Now at this point you would be done. I am going to do one optional step here, and I'm going to clean up my photo library on the way. So I'm going to delete photos, and I don't want to delete that combined image that I just created and I've stored it somewhere. I am going to clear this variable, and what I want to do is get rid of that screenshot. It's not on here. You can use this magic variable and click on latest screenshots, and there it'll bring that up. So I'm going to push done. Before I leave, though, this delete, if you use it, it sometimes can not work the first time, and you might have to come back in here and go into privacy settings and make adjustments to allow it to delete the photograph. Okay, so here you have the new shortcut we just created. And I'm going to bring this down and put it down in my genealogy collection. And you can create that folder by using this button down here if you want to add some more folders. Okay, so now let's demonstrate how to use this. So I have citations stored, already written. Just to save some time, you might store them different places. But here I have an 1880 census for Harriet Wilder. We've used Harriet in a lot of our examples in class. Now you could just screenshot this and crop in around here. But because census records are very wide images, this is just going to be huge when this scales up. So I'm going to take a copy of this, and I'm going to do Command C or touch the screen and use copy. I'm going to get out of this. What I am going to do is create a new blank document. And it's just white. Now you can see here, again, this hasn't improved the situation at all. So what I am going to do is here, go to document setup. I'm going to move the margins, just leave 1/10 of an inch of margin, just so I have some kind of border. And I'm going to make this, I only want 3 lines, so I'm going to decrease the font. So there, I'm down to just a few lines, 3 lines. So I'm going to screenshot this, and hopefully you all know how to take a screenshot. Here's the picture. I click on that before it disappears, and that leaves me the option to quickly do a crop and make this a real nice box that can be scaled. And you could change the background. I know that I like to use a light gray, which worked well with white documents, but let's just go with this. And then most importantly, you need to save this to photos. If you save this to files, this routine that we just wrote won't know where to go look and find your citation image. So we're going to leave, and we're now going to go into files and go find our source image. So we open up files. I'm working off of our iCloud Drive today, and I have some sample files, and we have Harriet Wilder, we've used in the class several times. And here is the census image. We're going to open that up. It's got no citations. And now we're going to go to this share sheet. Click on that. Opening that share sheet, you have all these different options. You want to scroll way down, all the way to the bottom, and there is the script that we wrote in Shortcuts. We click on that. Now it's going to go out, grab that screenshot. You have to wait a second, but it then does the merge, and the share screen comes up on where you want to save it, and you want to scroll down and click Save to Files. I'm already here. You might have to work down and open up file folders, get to where you want to go. We don't want to put it in originals. We want to put it in Harriet Wilder folder. We need to change that name to 1880 U.S. Census. Harriet Wilder, and it's with a double T as it appears on the census record, not how she spelled her name. Okay, and we're finished with typing that up, and now you click on Save. And here's that last optional step where it asks to delete the photo, and it will actually show you what it wants to delete, and you say yes. Okay, and then it's finished up. You leave here, push done, and we're still in the original downloads, and we'll go to this new folder, and here we go. Here's the new annotated source image right here, and looks really nice. And so there you go. I hope this is useful. I know it's a little bit techy, but I think you can do it if you just maybe play this video again slowly. You'll pick it all up. But hope this helps, and I'll talk to you in class.